Hello everyone, my name is Roya, and today I am going to tell you about some book series that I really actually like but still never finished and probably won't finish, question mark. So a long time ago, several years ago, I filmed a video all about what what book series I was not planning to finish, and I thought of just recently doing a video of some of my favorite series, both finished ones and unfinished ones, and then I kind of realized that there are actually a few series that I actually count among my favorites, but still probably won't finish. So this is what I'm going to talk about today. So the first series I'm going to talk about is the Ember Verse series, otherwise known as the Change series by S.M. Sterling. This is a really good series about basically all technology ceasing to work and people have to basically go back to kind of how it was in medieval times. And so the reason why I never continued the series, despite making it like more than halfway through the second trilogy, is basically just because I felt like it started just going too long and getting really draggy and kind of just repeating themes and whatnot. So in the first few books, we get some really compelling characters. There's a lot of stuff happening that makes it so interesting and all of that, but then yeah, so there are like at least 12 books, I'm pretty sure by this point. There are a lot of them, but really it's mostly just the first trilogy that I really liked. After that, it just started getting really, like the characters were less interesting, the plot points were less interesting, it went in kind of a weird direction, and it just didn't have what the first trilogy of it had. So I really like this series, but I am really not sure if I'm ever going to be in the mood to go back to it and read the remaining like 7 books I didn't finish. Next, we have the Noble Dead Saga by Barb and J.C. Hendy. So as you guys probably know if you've watched a lot of my videos, I adore the crap out of this series. And this is about a 12-book series, I would say, and somehow I just never finished the last book, which is a huge bummer. But basically what happened was I read the second to last book, I'm pretty sure, unless it was the third to last book, but I think it was the second to last book. And I didn't find it as interesting as the rest of the series was. I still really kind of liked it, but it wasn't quite as good. And then my friends who got me into this series, who are huge fans of this series, told me that the last book really was not worth it. And even my friend Stacy even said, when I told her I read the second to last book, she said, "Yay, you finished the series!" Basically like laughing about how forget the last book, essentially. So I don't know if I'll ever get to the last book. Maybe one of these days I'll feel like in the mood to read the last book, but I don't even know what happens at the end because my friends just told me that the last book wasn't as good, so I don't know. And finally, I have the War of the Gods trilogy by Jennifer Fallon. This is actually the third trilogy in her Hythrun Chronicles universe. So I adore these books, obviously. I have an entire video dedicated to where to start with Jennifer Fallon, stuff like that, since most of her books take place in the same in the same world. There are just multiple series that kind of go after each other, all that stuff. So the third trilogy in this series, essentially, only really, so the first book in it, The Liar Thief, did come out, was released everywhere like normal. So then this one, the second one, Retribution, was basically only released in Australia. So I literally had to get this book from eBay in Australia because that was the only way I could get this book. It was not available anywhere else at all. It was ridiculous. So that was weird. I normally never spend like $30 something on one book ever. That's ridiculous to me, but it was the only way I could possibly read this book. So at the time, the third book in the series was also only out in Australia, but I couldn't even get it on eBay. So I kind of forgot about it because there are so many other books I want to read. So I kind of thought like, why worry too much about the last book in a series that is only like released in Australia. And even if that book is available on eBay now for like 30 something dollars, I don't really want to do that again. I don't care how much I liked this book and how worth it was to me to get it on eBay for like a ridiculous amount of money to me. I don't think I'm gonna do that again. So I might not ever finish this series. I don't know why that last trilogy of the series was only released in Australia. I really don't have a clue. It doesn't make any sense to me, but oh well. So anyway, those are some series that I don't really not plan to finish. I just don't know if I'm going to. I don't really want to. They're not a priority, but they're all series that I absolutely loved and highly recommend, and I feel really bad for just never finishing them because I'm weird. I don't know. So anyway, let me know if you've read any of these, have any thoughts on them. If you have a series that maybe you haven't finished and you've been meaning to get to or don't know if you'll get to, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye!